Is it working now? I'll wait for everyone to reconnect on this side. Signal broke up so that we can talk about some February. Think of you as you have the steering wheel. Oh, you've got to be joking. This thing's driving me crazy. Now it's back again. Crazy town. I'm going to try and shift to get closer to the modem. Okay, now the tools I want you to have a look at are what is going to work for you. Number one, go through your phone. Have a look through your phone. What numbers can you go to? When you're in it and you get to a point, you're looking to those numbers that are going to tell you all the things you're fearing, you're self-sabotaging. Do not do that. Don't go into that phone and go to that person's number that is going to tell you all the crap that you're actually fearing, because you're actually self-sabotaging and you're being your own karmic. When you are in the thick of it, you need to get to a point you can actually look at, okay, how is this triggering me? Now, let me take the steering wheel and navigate back to the point where your ego, when you're triggered, has control of your vessel. Your fear-based frequencies, your ego is taking over, the panic attack is taking over. You need to get to a point you can develop tools to help you get out of it. If that's self-talk, do that. If that is doing something to the degree where you need to use bath salts, do that. If it's counseling, do that. Definitely do not watch videos. Worst possible time. Understand the energy you're in is temporary. It's triggering you right now. Then don't watch. Can you hear it? Is it coming through or is it not working? Is it working or it's not working? Cool. Yes, I have moved closer. I did say near the solar eclipse there would be funkiness when it comes to Mercury. So you have to have these toolkits. Now, at the moment, part of the reason why everything is going haywire for us is, as I mentioned, till March, the nodes are in Cancer and Capricorn. Trying to balance work, trying to balance family, looking at what is working, looking at what isn't working. The moon moving into Aquarius, well, think of what the notion of the Aquarian is. It can mean during that transit, disruption, change, things coming at left field. It can be very playful, but you're not going to be able to sway it. So if you believe something's true, and unless you have actual physical evidence, you won't be swayed. So you'll be more assertive. You'll have it more on a reality-based situation than on a whim. Now, with the with Chiron moving from Pisces into Aries, that's going to be interesting as well, because some of the other planets are in the same zodiac sign. So how do I put it? You're going from one energy to another, and any transition is hectic. So it's going to feel full on. You're going to get triggered. We're still recovering from the total eclipse. So we've still got that frequency of the solar eclipse, but it should simmer down. February is going to be very, very busy. We're going to be very, we can be very sharp. We can be very direct. The energy of Chiron being the wounded healer, that transition is going to be there for a while. So once that starts moving in, that of what we dealt with in a trigger point last year, 2010 frequency can be coming up for you guys with that placement. So what happened in 2010? What happened back in February last year for you guys? A similar frequency can be coming through, but it's to correct it. It's to heal that energy and fix it and deal with it from a different angle, so to speak. So with it transitioning over, what you will find is, look, Aries is very action orientated. Yes, it can be very courageous. It can be very straight to the point. It's very versatile, but in its lower frequency, like I mentioned in the previous video, it can have stubbornness, arrogance. So again, it's ego-based frequencies coming through, which is, if we're in mindfulness and we're getting triggered, we need to ask ourselves, okay, what's going on? Bit of self-talk. Press the pause button. And when you're panicked, you have to have additional solutions to handle that energy. And if you don't, you're putting yourself at risk. Look at those people. No, emergency triggered. Emotion. has been a way to turn the air conditioner off. Is it working? There's no... Is it working now? Yeah, I love it when you call an internet provider and they're like, we promise, ma'am, this won't happen again. I've got no idea. Is it working? Bad connection. Twin flame journey. Okay, so it is working now because I turned the air conditioner off. It seizes the yeah, it's like they're like, we promise, ma'am, is there anything we can do? Yeah, so you're going to get the free space. It'll be like, okay. So you're grasping what I'm saying. So with the transition of Chiron, what you're going to find is last year when we were in it, it was very dense energy. There were a lot of planets retrograde. It felt crap. Now, I hate to break it to you, but what's going to happen now with Chiron being in the Aries is that energetically, you're going to have to learn these techniques very quickly. And the reason I'm saying that is because the way you're going to heal now is abruptly, quickly, and assertively. So no sooner are you in it and a situation shifts, are you going to have to get yourself out of that because the next energy is coming. Okay? So okay, cool. So do you understand what I'm saying? So it's like we've already dealt with it last year. No, there won't be as many planets retrograde, but Chiron being the wounded healer, that transition is there for a few years yet. Okay, so that is a bit like moving into the age of Aquarius with the energy of Chiron moving from Pisces into Aries, and its orbit takes 50 years. So not that I'm saying it's going to take that long, but the transition takes an awful long time for that to occur. It is going to take on you know, aspects of Saturn, which is strict, aspects of Uranus, what is in your higher good, and Aries, get to the point, get your life together, get your shit together. So not only are you going to feel triggered, but you're going to be, hey, it's on like Donkey Kong. We need to get this right. So it can be to a point where you can come across as arrogant, rude, abrupt, frank. But again, you need to get to a point that you can actually govern and control your ego, where you go, okay, I've got the information. How is this making me feel? How am I going to relate to it? What do I need to do on my side of the fence? If you're directly dealing with a soulmate energy, a co-worker, a twin flame, and it's triggering you because you being twin, you being a spiritual person, you're going to constantly evolve. Get used to it. The more you have that governed, the more you will feel grounded. Now, mid-month, you are going to need to get in touch with nature. So if that means gardening or cleaning or, you know, connecting your feet to the earth, you need to do such, okay? Because you're going to have to use these techniques to help you be aware. Be aware of the astrology. That will help you. Be aware that the moment you're in is temporary, and if it feels like a vice around your throat, action. Do something other if you can. If it means going for a walk, go for a walk. If it means seeing a therapist, go to a therapist. If it means listening to meditation music in the morning and for a week, not listening to videos, go do that. Check in with yourself. Okay, today, is it the optimum time for me to be watching a zodiac sign? Is it the best time for me to have an argument with a person? Or, okay, you have an event to go to and you're feeling like crap. Don't go. Don't go. Be honest. actually use your throat chakra and say, look, right now, I am in self-awareness and I know this will not be for the highest good. And not that I'm saying that we should be to the point we chuck sickies all the time, but if you're in the thick of it, you are going to not benefit your staff members, your co-workers, your boss. You need to be honest with yourself and create tools and do what you can to actually get yourself grounded. Yes, but there are some people where that's not possible, and it depends on how heavy that energy is, Joyce. So we have to be aware enough that one day, yes, there is a potential it could go too far. You know, upgrades, 9 times out of 10 when a person's going through a spiritual awakening, and a lot of what masculines are going through is large. So it's very, how do I put it? It may trigger you when you know what you've gone through. So you may have actually dealt with a lot of things and have a reality check about how now you evolved such, theoretically, would deal with their 3D situation. Again, ego energy. So you've got to be careful not to get to a point where you know, you get frustrated. And if you get frustrated, you go into panic mode and then you're going into the past again. You need to be in the present. It's very hard to do that because all of our reality, all of our memories govern some of our actions. So when you're looking at it and you're looking at time and you're looking at process and you're looking at actions and you're psychoanalyzing it and you're getting frustrated, that's not going to help you, because you're disconnecting from yourself and you're projecting your ideals at them. You can, when you're calm, connect and maybe exchange points of view, but you can't make choices for people. Yes. So, but, you know, don't be judgmental towards yourself if you feel what you're going through is too heavy. Twin flame journey is bloody hard. You can get to a point spiritually where you can crack, and you're human. It's, you know, do not judge yourself based on that. Be gentle with yourself. Be loving and caring. And we will do that through the journey. We will psychoanalyze ourselves. At times I sit there and I think, wow, have you evolved? Are we going back there again, Yildiz? Well, I thought you had met. And the problem is you have actually, because you're even thinking it, and the notion that you're thinking it means you're in self-awareness. So it's about retraining yourself to come back here, to not be back there and be in panic mode. It is, but, you know, you've got to ask yourself, are you getting triggered by the slightest thing? And if it is, well, there's work to do. Are you getting to a point where, you know, you're looking too much of how things should look? Maybe how universe wants it. And that's something I had to detach from. Ugh, I'm stuttering. Not knowing how things are going to go is perfect, because sometimes they turn out far better than what you had even expected. So it's better to let go, and you're going to need to let go. Yeah, again, but we, you know, when we're operating in 3D, 9 times out of 10, we're not operating from a counselor's point of view or a psychological point of view. So you're bouncing, right? You're bouncing into, hey, I'm here, which is you focusing on the 3D. And then when you get triggered, you're going, okay, now I need to look at the psychology. Then you're looking at the bigger point, which is your higher consciousness, you're knowing. You're looking at the 5D. And at times you get pissed at that. You do, because you're human. So we can be an ego saying, but that's this and that's that. Yes, but we're human and that's what happens. This thing is jumping.
What's it?
I think it's the modem. Sweet. Hello, Texas. Yeah, and the sleep patterns at the moment energetically are being affected. Nausea is coming up. If you feel dizzy, get blood works done, because when you have an upgrade, and this is what I was mentioning before, masculines going through an upgrade. What you need to understand spiritually is when you have an upgrade, sometimes that can mean you get sick, okay, or you hit rock bottom. And you have your upgrade and then you energetically come up again. Yeah, so you will get to a point that, then you move forward. And sometimes, you know, ascension symptoms can be 24 hours. So it'll hit you as quick as you think, and you think, oh, God, this is going to be a week, 2 weeks. And, you know, these days, the flu, it can last for a month, sometimes 2. No sooner have you got out of it, it's back again, and it just lingers. Yes, knees is coming through on the masculine side as well, which again is inflammation joint, which again is grounding, base chakra. Get grounded. Blurred vision, definitely I know that I'm due for another infusion. Again, having a spiritual upgrade, that can actually start physically happening to you. Obviously, there's the medical side, which is separate, but from a spiritual point of view, when your body energetically is having a shift, these things happen. Yeah. Some of you might have had throat chakra, yet you're thinking to yourself, I've actually said everything that I needed to say. So where is the throat chakra coming from? It's coming from divine masculine. It's not coming from your end. I mean, it can be coming from other people as well, but there was again a lot of throat chakra going on. Lower back pains, abdominal pains, intestinal issues, sensitivity to certain food groups. What else come through? Yes, there has been a lot of totems, a lot of song synchronicities. There is an energetic shift, okay? So it's moving very quickly, and it's almost like everything you've seen in many years gone by, it's all coming again, and you're going, God, okay, I'm hearing it, I'm acknowledging it, but it's all getting, yeah, it's like, what does it mean? Buckle up, okay? Get ready for it. Use the tools you learned last year. If you need to get out of a trigger point, book a reading, I'll give you a hand. Or if you think it's too high and you think you need professional help, obviously do that, because like from a point of view of clientele and the experience on my side of going through what you guys have been through, obviously being a twin flame, I can directly relate, and it can help to actually talk to someone who has dealt with certain situations and had to navigate it back. And do be very careful for fertility, because the nodes being in Cancer is about family, so pregnancies. It'll be quite a fertile time. Yeah. A lot of throat chakra. Any questions? Do be very careful with energies around you, really biting their heads off. Yep, rabbits, dragonflies. What else have I been saying? Butterflies, lots of butterflies. Dragonflies, definitely. Butterflies, rabbits. Well, Giga brought that to my attention, and now I'm bombarded. And I was like, yeah, but you know, it's Easter, so we can't look at that. They always bring out everything before Easter. Here, anyway. It's like Christmas isn't even over, and they're already bringing crap out for Easter. And I mean, no disrespect to the time frame, but it's like, come on, seriously? We haven't even got over Christmas. Yes, crows, ladybugs, ravens. Again, they will directly correlate with what's going on in your journey. The panic feeling has been ridiculous. Definitely, you know, moving into the eclipse and after. But the panic is coming from masculine frequency, external situations. Giggle's favourite saying, which is fuckery. Just stupid stuff, really. Silly things and people's notions, and you're like, really? Do you know what I mean? Like, I got 99 problems, and unfortunately on this occasion, 99 of them are females, and there's one not. Yeah. So, yeah, feminine energies have been off the Richter scale. Emotional, angry, nauseous, agitated, panicked. Some people have even felt like they're falling or dying, like it's just that heavy. Oh, Fem Coach, that's not like you. No way. Yeah. I feel you. I feel you. I'm like, there's a lot of silly people. And I'm being nice what I'm saying. Yeah, look, if you do go to the website and you ever have an issue with it loading, it's because I'm editing it. So just remind me. Just message me and say, hey, I can't book a reading. Or if you have an issue with the time frames. Yes, I do emergency readings. Inbox me and I can organise it on my side. No need to book it. Just inbox me. You can see the prices on the website and I do emergency bookings. But they're limited because I obviously have bookings during the day, so I leave spots there. So touch base with me if you need an emergency booking. Yeah. Hi, Jen. How are you, doll? Yeah, and it is very, again, interestingly enough, any planet in Aries is going to make you more playful, more adventurous, and this is why I was saying this year you're going to have a routine. If you can't have a routine, what's going to happen is you're not going to complete tasks, and you're going to get behind, and then you're going to get agitated and triggered, and you're going to feel out of control. Finish tasks. You got something to do? 5-minute rule. Is that task going to take me 5 seconds? 5 seconds, 5 minutes. Do it now. Don't do it later. You're walking past the kitchen sink and you're saying, I'll do that after. What if something else arises? That 2-second task is then waiting for you, and there's many 2-second tasks which equate to an hour. Before you know it, you're in panic because something big comes up. Yeah, both. Any questions? Yeah, but the no, how do I put it? The eclipse is showing you what wasn't working, what needed to end out. So whatever's needing to go is going to leave your life, and it will be to your benefit because it's standing in your way. January was more a reflective time. You were not going to get anything done. February, again, the first week, you'll probably find the same frequency because of the transition. But it is going to be more forward movement, and I'm seeing March as a slingshot effect. So just make a list. Be gentle to yourself. Get a task done a day, and you're still a step ahead. You're not behind. But try and keep focused. And redirect yourself. It's good training, actually, because when the trigger comes up, I had to have the self-talk to myself, and I went, okay, is this a you problem? Does it have a solution right now? Is London Bridges falling down? Well, maybe. If it does, you clean the mess up. So instead of being in panic, oh my God, Penny Little, the sky's falling down. What work do I have to do? So I would go to the office, I would do my clients' videos, I would meditate, I would get my cleaning done. I had things to do. Shift your focus. Okay, now I was going to say, what you do need to realise is the transition. Everyone asks about, and I should do a separate video about this, and I will. What are the signs of reunion union? Check in with yourself. Where are you? Have you detached? Are you have you healed? If you haven't, you're the key. You don't actually, many times our ego is telling us, I am looking at this situation and X, Y, and Z needs to be done on their side of the fence. Energetically, no. Energetically, if you're interlinked, what you need to understand is when you're looking at tarot readings, initially what you'll find is your energy will be in your own zodiac sign. As you start merging, it will swap. Your zodiac sign will come through and your information will come through in their reading and theirs with yours, regardless of what it is. So you'll start seeing that happen. You'll be going, okay, this doesn't relate to me. That's on them. That's not on me. It's because you've swapped, which is yin and yang. Look at it, yin and yang. So when that happens, that's a very good indication. The 144, 414, and then other numbers in with the 144, that's a sign too. Detachment is another sign. The wounds connected to the previous situation with twin and other situations, that's part of the core connection of fixing it. So it's not actually anything outside of yourself. It's all about inside of yourself. And as soon as you do that, 24 hours, it's real quick. So when we do say do the work, that's how quick it can be. You're actually underestimating how quick it can be. But it does come down to you. Look at your side of the fence. What's going on, even in a projection way? And it comes to the very essence that you physically detach. You physically acknowledge you won't die. You will live without the situation. That you being healthy, spiritually growing, being happy, finding your inner peace, coming to terms with abandonment issues where you know you can be on a desert island with, you can be, what's his name? Wilbur. You can have a ball on an island like Wilbur and you'll be peace out, I'm sweet. Okay? That's where you need to get to. And then nothing can ever shake you. You're unbreakable. So those are signs. Once you can achieve that and you physically say, okay, I acknowledge the fact that be it with, be it without, I'm good. Then you acknowledge the fact your connection, great. Then you acknowledge the fact that you've healed, shit went down, that's how it made me feel. Do you still love the person? Okay, detach. When you go through those steps, that's where alignment happens, and that's what you need to achieve. So when I'm telling you do the work, yes, look at videos for enlightenment, but you're the key. So as soon as you start creating a relationship with yourself and understand, you're in alignment. Do you get what I'm saying? So that's why with my clients, I help them develop that to get them on track, to gain connection with their twin. Because you're the key, not the zodiac sign. Zodiac sign gives you information, how you take that and how you can shift that energy so you don't create that same negative outcome. You can see a negative reading. It's a temporary energy directly correlating with, are you at that frequency? If you're not, it doesn't relate to you. If you are, what can you spiritually do to shift that so a different outcome comes about? You have power. But when we're in our ego and we're fearing, we're co-creating that and we're manifesting that and we're turning into our own karmic. Your twin is his own karmic. His or her, whoever masculine frequency is. So the karmic energies that came into twins' life were because of self-worth related dynamics. The karmic energies that come into your life were to suppress you, to liberate you. Everything happens for a reason. And once you can actually understand, if you physically choose to be in a toxic situation, you're giving your power away. If you physically tolerate someone giving you BS and you're standing there mute and tolerating it, you're not owning your power. So the more you can do the work on that to free yourself energetically, it upgrades twin, and they learn through you and they learn through their own karmic energies. So the karmic energies that are in our life are directly connected to us. We manifest them, they come to us, educate us, we release them, and we're free. So the quicker you do that, the better. What do they mean? They can mean both duality. They can mean that you're moving into alignment. It depends on what's going on, Femme Coach, at the time. You may not even be thinking about twin at the time at all. Most of the numbers directly correlate with you individually. We tend to think they do relate to twin. Yes, they do, but they also relate to us, connected to what we're doing at the time, how we're feeling, what we were thinking. So correlate them in that frequency, and then it's going to help you understand. If he's wanting to see you, though, Carmen, there's never a goodbye on a twin flame journey, because they're lessons connected to both parties to purge, to take your guards down and not be in fear-based frequency. I mean, one could say, hey, I see my twin and they're not in alignment. Well, your twin energetically has come towards you. It's saying something. There's a lesson in that for you. It doesn't have to be that you've got to push them away, but it's about you not being scared of trigger dynamics, you not being scared that you can't handle it. How do I put it? You not running from a situation that you feel is overwhelming. You owning your truth and saying, hey, X, Y, and Z, this is who I am. This is what I feel. This is how it relates to me. This is what my life axis needs. If that's not what yours needs, sweet, that's fine. He's triggering you to test if you're still in love. It's lower frequency. It's not narcissism. It's his trigger points. It's his fear-based frequencies that the only way he would get attention is to create a reaction, like children, right? And we all do that in some shape or form. So he's trying to trigger you to see if you have an emotion. Just say, I'm happy for you. Are you happy? Are you enjoying it? Are you having fun? I hope she makes you happy. Yeah, it's just it's like schoolyard stuff. Ah, she pulled my hair. He's mean to me. No, he really likes you. I'm cooking out here. I'm going to need a shower again. He's pissing in his own pocket. That's why I always say, read the body language. Words only equate to a percentage of communication. Body language. Why are they doing it? Look at body language. Look at psychology. Look at eye movement, behavioral patterns. Yeah. Mine would say it's got to be like this for now. Say goodbye. Eyebrows will bounce. Seriously, say goodbye. You got to tell me. Adios, amigos. Peace out. 18 years. 18 years. I don't even have a kid with him. 18 years. Part of his lesson might be coming through you, though, Carmen. And part of your lesson is coming through him. It's about how are you going to differently react to it. Is it triggering you? Be truthful. But anytime masculine's dealing with a lesson, there's a lesson on the other side. Then tell him that. Be a straight shooter. Don't do that to me. I don't like that. Don't do that to me. Ooh, can't wait. Come on down, Fem Coach. You know, it's so silly because we actually, okay, Twin knows I'm psychic, so he just automatically feels I should just know bloody everything. We want to hear words, right? So it's like sometimes you've got to ask yourself, how are you communicating? Because of your past tense experiences, are you choosing not to say shit? Or can you just cut to the chase and say, hey, I'm just going to call you BS. This is not real. And if it is, I'm not entertaining it. If you're going to do that to me, it's not working. Goodbye. Okay? You know, just be direct, because you've got to develop your communication between the two of you at some point. And if it means it triggers them, well, hey, it was there already. But you're being truthful. You're respecting self. You're acknowledging it. You're explaining it, and you're releasing it. You're releasing the outcome. You're saying, this is my side of the fence. I'm in love with you. This is how I feel. This doesn't feel respectful behavior. Now, if that's how you feel you want to operate with me, then that's okay. I'm retreating back. And when you want to talk like an adult, you can call me then. And just retreat back and go have a good life. And it'll be probably 2 weeks max. But change your vibration. That's my hot water system. I want to talk to the owner. That was Penny Little, you know, the sky falling down. There's air in the pipes. No, it shouldn't. Oh, giggle. We'll stay close to the toilet, love. Come on down. I said that to Gil. I said, if I win lotto, I'm paying for a ticket and you can come out here. And I go, no, I'm coming to you. We'll have fun. of Bronson's. Did you tell him I want to talk to him? I did inbox him. I'm like, Bronson, you and me, we need to have a reading. If you want to check my credentials, go and ask Carmen. She'll tell you who I am. Ah, no, I've got a rent inspection soon. He'll be back soon enough. Yes. No, he did. No, yeah, I'll tell you later. I'll talk later. We'll leave it off there. We won't have that on there. Yeah, just be a straight shooter with him, Carmen. Tell him. He'll absolutely shit himself. He'll be like, oh my God, Carmen's being so direct. He'll be like, oh, she wants me. I don't know what he's doing. I give it 3-4 months max, and it'll be for air. That's all. 3-4 months, Bronson. What are you doing? Carmen knows who I'm talking about, for those of you who don't know. Sorry, you couldn't afford me. That's fucked, eh? I'm down for that. There you go. I'm on the money. Tell him we can go for a car ride. We'll have to put a video on YouTube. Carmen has a dear friend who's a little bit famous, and he's recently got married on TV. And I've read his energy. Yes, a good friend. He was married at first sight, which is coming up. It hasn't been aired yet, has it? Or it has? I don't watch normal TV. Wow, I was made to move. I think I made it move. Last night, okay, yeah. Yeah, well, that was what I was tuning into. It was like, yeah, that ain't going to go so well. And then he's going to be like, now I've got to be polite for the media. What have I done? I do see him going overseas, though. Oh, God. Okay. I am going to do some famous people's readings, and that's because sometimes I do tune into their energy, and feel free to write under here or in the community tab, you know, and, you know, if you're wanting me to tune into a particular celebrity, I'll do a reading on them, because I can read energy through faces. If you do have a photo of a person of the current energy and you're wanting me to read it, definitely, if you book a reading and you bring it through, I can connect into the energy of what their frequency is, but I can project forward regardless. You're funny. Yeah. She's on my friend list. She's actually on Facebook. Carmen, she's on my Facebook. Anyway, any questions before I go? In the next 24 hours, I will do a session for twin flames. I do understand there is movement, but the movement also can correlate with you. Yes, astrologically speaking, movement can come through with that frequency, and you'll see the ebbs and flows. So it's good to pay attention to astrology. It's definitely good to get your chart done. The more experienced I get, I will probably maybe mid-year to the end of the year be doing astrology charts for readings as well, depending on how quick my understanding and comprehension of it all evolves. It's moving quite quickly. Do look at your Juno placement as well. You know, if you do look at your chart and then you correlate it with the chart of the day, you can see where the placements are and what's coming up. But again, psychically speaking, I can tune into you at a separate level and your twin or whatever situation you're dealing with. You will find this year financially will help you, but emotionally, you know, if you're tuning into what you're needing to evolve into, you'll be in alignment. It means you're more in that frequency of the element. So you're, depending on the house it falls in, it will correlate more with each house, what approach you will take to the dynamic. With the fire sign, you know, the fire frequency. But again, it can mean you are more, you know, in that element. You are more directly just that element. Yeah, but you can look at your Venus house. You can also look at other placements of what's going to be transitioning through there. Those of you that have the Aries placement, it's going to come up for you quite heavily. Obviously, with Chiron, the wounds coming through for you, you're going to be really direct with the way you deal with your shit. You're either going to be lower frequency or higher frequency. If you're not, you're going to have to quickly move through that. It's going to be a grow up state. So anywhere you have an Aries placement, Chiron and Aries, other planets in Aries, that's going to transition you. Taurus, you guys spiritually are going to evolve, and you're going to have to let go of the shackles of the paradigms of what you feel reality is and what feels safe, because it's going to ask you to expand. Aquarius, there can be some you really stepping into your own energy and doing a lot of reflection, as well as obviously that placement being in any other zodiac sign. Again, depending on the house it's falling in, that's where changes will happen. But a lot of your energy, is about you owning your power. And then you'll actually learn assertiveness doesn't have to be energetic, okay, where it's aggressive. It will be, it can be verbal, it can be non-communicative, it can be body language. Yes, there are a lot more triggers coming through with other energies coming towards you projecting, and you're being very direct with them because you're not tolerating BS. But you will also manage that frequency as well to actually, how do I put it, deal with this situation. But you will have a lot more triggers, and especially when you come into reunion, you're going to have a lot more BS coming at you, and you're going to go, right, it's on again, great. And that can be mothers, exes, children, family members, friends, work colleagues. And you're going, okay. And I complained about hermit mode. You are the karmic. There's no difference. If there is a karmic in your life, you've created it. You're the karmic. So you know how we're all going, maybe I'm the karmic. Yeah, you are. Because you are manifesting that frequency. So stop getting triggered by, is it my soulmate? Is it my twin? Who are you in love with? That's the answer. I'm not sure if that one's my twin or that one. Well, because you haven't decided, the energy doesn't come towards you, and neither one will be successful because you're not in your assertive truth power. You're in fear-based frequency. One of them you'll be codependent on. The other one will be this energy's there, and it doesn't make sense, and it shouldn't be. That's probably your twin. Okay, so don't get caught up in who's my twin. If you don't know who your twin is, the work on yourself is going to help you, and the truth serum of you actually having to face the truth, that doesn't make sense, but it's just there. That's twin. Don't let anyone play you. And if they are, step back. How do you know? You don't, but you release that. You be in your authentic energy. You can't control another person. There's an expectation, but it's you. And the expectation is, right, okay, I have an expectation towards myself. What would I do if BS would occur? That's what happens. Okay? So every time you reconnect, you need to let the shit go. You need to know that you've got the tools, you're going to survive, you got your house, you got your money, you got your life, you won't die, and it's all going to be fine. And you work on yourself, and then if they go, you're like, okay, you're crazy, but cool. Do you know what I mean? So you can't control if another person is going to do something, but it will be a more attractive frequency to be in a trust mode. It doesn't have to be to the point it's ridiculous. You can speak your truth if something's triggering you, which is honesty. But you need to come from an understanding of what they're dealing with, how you feel, why you feel it. Is it about a trigger or is it about reality? Now, can something be done? No. Do it on your side of the fence. Can it be? Okay, communicate it. Okay? Love and light. If you need a booking, come through and I'll talk to you then. I'll do the twin flame video shortly.